It's actually about 250 miles. Hold on, is that right? Am I reading that right?
That's a long damn.
No,
That's
it's
a
not
long
that.
trek.
It's not that. It's not that. It's not that far. Okay, as the crow flies, it is... Oh, actually, as the crow flies, it's actually about 120, 130-ish miles. That's not how you're going to be traveling, though. Well, actually, you could do that if you wanted to, technically. It would just mean you'd have to not walk on a road and then just go, like, cut through a forest the long way. Trust me, that will not be faster. There is a road that leads there, and it's going to take... Let's see, you're going to have to walk... Zoop! So that's... That's 75 miles. That's 50 miles. So that's 125 miles. Actually, no, because it's going to be from 150.
Should we be seeing anything? Because I'm just seeing the old.
No. So here's the thing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna move you to the page here. Part of what I'm talking about is I'm trying to move you to the map for the campaign. Well, not really for the campaign, because actually, technically, the bit that you're gonna be is like there's some stuff that won't be on this map, but the map of the Sword Coast, which is where we will be most of the time. So let me drag this over here, and let me. Oh, I don't. This page doesn't need dynamic lighting. Can I just turn on everyone can see?
I can see.
You can see. Everyone can see.
Yeah, I can see. I can see right away.
Okay, and everyone can see the map. Everything's perfect. Oh, sweet. You know what? The problem is sometimes Roll20 makes me feel like something simple is just not gonna work because why would it? And then I'm surprised when it actually does work. Exactly the way you think it should.
Yeah, no good.
Okay, so as you know, you are currently here. You are just outside the gate southward of Baldur's Gate, which, to be clear, is not Baldur's Gate. That's a different gate. Alright, who are we going to pick to be you guys? Theron. Since you're not here, it's going to be you. That doesn't make sense, but it's what we're going to do. Bloop. Nope. God damn it. There we go.
What the hell's going on here?
Alright, can everyone see the token that I'm trying to... God damn it.
Yeah, I can see him.
I can see the token.
Cool. Alright. None of you secured mounts, if I recall, so everyone's just walking here.
Didn't someone get a donkey?
Yeah, someone did get a donkey, but I believe it was for carrying stuff. I don't think they even got, like, a saddle or anything for it. It might, based on the fact that no one's speaking up about the fact that it's their donkey, it's probably Tata's donkey.
Yep, I think it was. Yeah.
So, Tata's stuff is on his donkey, which makes sense, because he has fucking spaghetti legs and spaghetti arms. He can't carry anything for shit. If I seem to recall, like, the very first session, we had to spend, like 15 minutes just, like, getting him down to, like, what he could actually carry, because he can't carry anything. The first day is going to go by pretty simply. Early in the morning, which is about when you head out, you're just sort of walking. There's people around you as you walk down south. Some of you came from this way to begin with. So you're just sort of walking out of Baldur's Gate. There's people walking in and out the same direction a lot as you're here. Once you're out about an hour and a half onto the road, though, it starts to thin out. You don't see as many people coming to or fro. Are any of you doing or talking to each other or doing anything like this? Talking to Pavelski? While you walk? Anything at all?
I talked to Pavlovsky and I asked how long is the journey.
Oh, the journey? It should be about 7 days. If we were determined to rush it, we could do it faster. Like I said, well, not like I said that, but Pavelski is not me. It's a little less than 150 miles. The all told through, we could force ourselves to march 50 miles in a day to get through. We'd have to drop most of our packs and just survive off of the good berries. Maybe even drop our armor to do it, and we'd be exhausted and dying when we got there. But we could make the journey in 3 days if it came down to it. We're not gonna do that though. We're just gonna walk there in a week.
That sounds good to me.
Yep.
Yeah, no complaints from the legend.
Yeah, there's not really going to be much in between here, although there is we might stop in Baragost depending on how we're feeling when we get there. There's a small town along this road because we're on the coastway right now. That's the name of this road, and as you go down, eventually we'll hit Baragost, which is a little town right next to the crossroads where it takes us to Candlekeep. Depending on how we're feeling when we get there, we might just stay in Baragost, or we might just skip it and go straight to Candlekeep if we hit it at the right time. We'll see how it goes. Baragost is not listed on this map, but it is right there. In fact, I'm gonna put a pin there just so people know where that is. Gonna be a blue pin? Yep, there's gonna be a blue pin. It's right about there. Oh, there we go.
Well, check it out.
Right. Yep, so you keep anything else you want to talk to Pavelski about or talk to each other about or do anything along the way?
I don't have much to say.
Okay.
I'll tell, what's his name, Pavelski?
Yep.
I will tell Pavelski that he's a very good friend of mine.
Pavelski's like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know your actual name, but I appreciate any gesture of comradeship, I guess. Pavelski smiles and nods with you. Let's see. The day proceeds mostly uneventfully. There's other travelers on the road. Mostly humans, some elves, dwarves and halflings, and other people occasionally, but mostly humans. The day comes to a close, and you get to about... Oh, nope, not there. There.
And we're the blue dot.
What'd you say?
No, the little icon.
The blue dot is
icon.
the icon. Yeah, the icon that I moved down just a little bit. Actually, you can be a little on that.
Sorry, that makes
Absolutely.
sense. I missed what the blue dot was. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's a town. There's a town that's there. And it's not a town I made up. It's a canonical town in the Forgotten Realm setting. It's just not listed on this map for some reason, and it is right there. And it's right at the crossroads. So I just wanted it to be noted that there is a town there that if you want to go into, you can.
That's
like
hella cool.
A map and everything. As you go, the evening winds in, and Pavsky's like, all right, I guess it's time to call it a night. He says, all right, let's camp a little bit off the side of the road, and then you all just pitch what you have. He pulls out a small tent for himself, and then cooks himself some food. Everyone else, you were all eating good berries, right? That was your plan?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, we have rations, but yeah, Tata's plan was to have good berries every day.
Okay. Well, Tata's not here right now.
Let's eat all
so
this
are you
good
eating
berry.
rations, or are we taking away one of Tata's spell slots?
Let's just take a spell slot from Tata, because if we long rest, it
Okay.
should reset anyways.
Yep.
He would volunteer his tribute.
He would do that. He said he was going to, so that's...
Yeah, because I think I tossed my rations. They're not in my bag anymore. So
Yep.
I think I still have mine, but yeah,
I still have mine.
I think Theron also tossed his rations. No, I know he did.
he sold his.
He sold his. All right. So you rest. Anyone else doing anything before you go to bed? Nope. Cool. All right. What's the watch order for the night?
I'll do first watch.
And then I can do the
Okay.
rest of the watch because I'm a drow.
All right. Pavlovsky says, "Seems good to me." All right, and then everyone does that. The night passes peacefully. The legend notices Pavlovsky wakes up before everyone else early on in the morning and just spends most of it reading. He pulls a book out of his pack and just reads the whole thing. Or not the whole thing, it's a long book, but he just spends some time in the morning reading. Also writes in his diary. Then everyone wakes up and you all eat. What are we doing for breakfast here?
eating the good berries.
Eating the good berries. Okay, so that's another one of Theron's spell slots. And then you walk along the merry way.
How long do
There's
good berries
almost no
last once they're
What'd you say?
created? How long do good berries last once they're created?
A day. So when you long rest, they go away.
No, you.
Actually, hold on. Is that 100% true? I'm not 100% sure that is true, actually. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure it's true. Hold on.
Like, 8 hours of sleeping isn't a day. But,
Yeah, so you can't long rest more than once in a day, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have not been consumed within 24 hours of casting this spell. So if you ate the good berries later in the day, they could still be around in the morning. They're gonna go before lunch, though. Well, no, they'd be there a little bit after lunch, actually.
How many are created
Up to
per
10.
10?
Yep.
So it's entirely possible there was some left over and we don't have to use the spell slot, but who knows, I guess.
This is true. You could each there's 4 of you. You could each eat you each ate a good berry for rations yesterday. This morning you could each eat 1 good berry this morning, and there would be 2 good berries left over. They will disappear before you need to eat again, though. All right. So again, everyone's eating good berries this morning.
Yeah, let's eat good berries this morning, then rations.
All right. Everyone keeps walking along. As you walk along the road, you eventually, like I said, you've been seeing fewer people the farther you got out. Eventually, though, you do see a sort of strange wagon. It looks like it's very far away at first, but then it comes up very quickly. And then you realize it's actually a miniature wagon. It's got a gnome who is herding a small goat that's pulling... Well, not a small goat. It's actually a fairly big goat. It's a billy goat. It's pulling the whole thing, but it looks like the size of a cow next to him. And he's just riding in the driver's seat of the wagon, coming along. There's a bunch of clanking coming from his wagon as he approaches you, and he raises his hand and says, "Hello, hold!" And he gets the goat to stop for a moment as you approach. He says, "And how are you on this fine day?"
Fine.
Yeah,
Says
I am.
none.
I am well.
How are you, good sir?
Well, busy, 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 but not too busy to stop and say hello to someone on the road. I'm a tinker by trade, and you look like adventurers. Is there any chance you'd be willing to look at my wares for a moment?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. He sort of pulls the wagon to the side, and then opens the back door of it, and there's a. It's hard to look inside as it's all very cluttered, but he's got tubes and flasks, and different kinds of packages all over the place here. Um, little machines that bang gears together and cymbals together to make noise, music boxes, a bunch of different things. And he says, "I've got all sorts of neat little things in here. What what business you're about?"
We.
Can I?
I don't answer
How
questions like that.
how obvious is it if I tried to cast detect magic to see if any of this stuff has magical properties to it?
Uh, you can attempt to do it subtly if that's what you're trying to do. All
Yeah. So I'd like to do.
right, give me a stealth roll and then cast the spell.
Back to how do I get back? There we go. Core.
Okay.
And then. How do I cast it though? Did I just say I casted it, or is there a certain button I gotta press?
No. What you'll have to do is you'll have to change the spell slot number at the top of the column of spells for the level. Because there's a number that shows what your max is, then there's the number that shows what your current one is, and those are different levels there.
So total slots is 2 and slot remaining is 1.
Yep.
That's correct then, because I used it one of them.
Yep. Is that a level 2 spell? No.
Level 1.
Okay, level 1. How many spell slots do you have?
Hmm.
Do you only have 2?
I have 3 cantrips. Then I've got Hex, Comprehend Languages, Detect Magic, Purify Food and Drink. And
Oh, because you're a warlock. Got it. Okay. All right. What was I thinking? Sorry. So yeah, there's some magic in there. There's all little bits of things there. Um, it's hard. None of it appears to be terribly serious or incredibly powerful. But I mean, any simple tinker might have just little magic stuff all over the place. So you don't really learn much other than the fact that there is magic in the cart. You could learn, technically according to the spell, you could learn the school of magic. The problem is you sense a couple different schools of magic in there, so you can't really get a fix on that either.
Sure.
Hold on, let me roll. God damn it, this is why I wish I had the physical book. Hold on.
What book you looking for?
The Dungeon Master's Guide. I need to roll on a table real quick for
You
it.
still haven't found the Dungeon Master's Guide?
I'm pretty sure it's in your room.
I think that it's not. I think that I have a blood nose, actually. That's what I think.
That's
Yeah, I do. But I think it's gone now. I think that I have survived the nosebleed.
God damn it. Okay, so this is irritating. My fucking headset turned off. Go. Where are the dice?
Hey, I found the Dungeon Master's Guide. It's in my room.
Okay, see? It's funny how that works out.
Hey, I know who's on the cover of that.
Yes, you do.
I actually know that enemy.
Oh, there it is, right in front of me. Got it.
That's just how the story unfolds. Here you go, stream. This is the Dungeon Master's Guide. I'll hold it up to the camera.
Okay. First, he says, all right, well, something... Let's start with something spicy. He reaches in and pulls out a potion in some little bottle and says, this here, just take a swig of this and you'll be able to breathe fire. For a little bit.
What's the catch?
Well, the catch is I didn't brew this myself, and I don't actually stand by its lack of side effects with any guarantee. I do guarantee it will make you breathe fire, though.
Huh.
I'll pass on that one.
Says, all right. He roots around for a little bit longer and says, all right, how about this?
Actually,
I have a... Hold on. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Here we goes. This is what it is. He pulls out another bottle and says, all right, now this is a potion of poison. It looks exactly like a potion of healing, but it's poisonous.
I pass on that.
Are you sure? Only 50 gold for this one. He says, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, let me try something else here.
I'll take the potion for 40 gold.
He says, sold. No refunds. You're responsible for making sure you don't mix it up with your normal potions of healing. Speaking of, lastly, something you might be interested in here. And then he pulls out another bottle, which looks exactly like the second bottle. And he says, all right, and this is a potion of greater healing.
I haven't messed them both up.
I'm 100% certain I have not messed these both up yet. That one's in your hand, this one's in my hand.
Can I do like a perception check to see if, or an investigation to see if he has or hasn't mixed them up? Maybe see if he's like telling the truth about that.
You can get an insight check into that if that's what you want. Yes, insight or investigation, I guess. Well, not investigation. Insight is what it would be. Also, you can just identify them using an identify spell if you have access to that spell.
I do not, so I will just do an insight check.
Okay, give me the insight check. He seems pretty confident. He had them in separate boxes, you're pretty sure.
I just stay silent. I pass on it.
He says, all right, and then he puts it away. He says, is there anything specific you're looking for?
I ask him if he has any arms or armor.
He says, well, arms, not so much, unless you count that gag crossbow over there, but I don't think that's what you're interested in. I do have some shoes though.
Jeffrey's Herbert, welcome to the chat.
He digs around. He gets in his wagon for a bit, roots around some more, and then pulls out some boots. These are just full. They look like just big, heavy metal boots. He says, "All right, these waterproof, fireproof, acid-proof, slightly magic-proof, lava-resistant, and they don't fit me, so I'll even let you have them at half price."
How much is half price?
Well, considering they do this, and then he reaches his arm in and gives it a click, and spikes shoot out from the sides of the boots. He says, the starting price should have been around $300, 300 gold pieces. I'll let you have it for 150.
How about 75?
He says, for 60, I'll give you one boot.
And they were 300 for both? Or 150 for
150
both?
for both, yeah.
So 120 would be
Both, technically, I guess.
both, technically. Do 160 for one?
Oh no, it's 70 for the second boot, though.
Wait a minute. So he sells each boot individually?
He wasn't when we started negotiating.
I say 100 gold final offer.
He says,
Just
deal, but I
unknown.
get to taste all the gold first, and if any of it tastes funny, no deal.
Deal.
I say, once he started try to fucking dick with us there, I was
Something
about to
funky.
kill him.
Dylan just hates gnomes. All right. You hand him the gold, which I assume is going to be 140 total. I'm not sure how you're distributing that amongst yourselves there, because for the potion you did buy, the potion of poison, and then the 2 boots.
I deducted 40 from my gold.
Cool.
I took
You
100
took 100?
from
Perfect. All right. He takes it all, holds it all up to the goat, which one at a time just slurps down each of the coins, until suddenly the goat has all of your food inside, your money inside of it. And then he says, well, that was a pleasure doing business with you. And then he hops up.
Let's go. See how much money's in there.
He hops back up into his wagon and says, later, and then just keeps going on down the road. Pavelski says, all right, now we're just trading with random peddlers now. Well, you know, sometimes they have good stuff. Anyway, you keep going down the road. There's other travelers on the road. Some of them wave at you, but nothing much happens as you go down the road for the day.
I want to lean over to what's your character name?
Pavelski. Or
No.
Chris? Okay, cool.
Turok, right?
Turok, yeah.
And tell you, be careful with those. He gave those up way too easily.
I say okay, and that I'm going to try and sell them at a higher price.
Sounds good.
All right. The rest of the day goes on, and it's time to eat dinner and rest. I'm going to move you down here. And there we go. The night comes on. You doing the same watch order as last time, or is someone else taking first watch?
I can take first watch this time.
Okay.
And I will take the second watch.
All right. As well, excuse me, that would be Turok, right? Turok's who's taking first watch?
Kit.
Or no, Kit. Kit's taking the first watch. All right. You look up at the sky because it's getting close to midnight before you have the legend take over, and it's a moonless night. There's just nothing in the sky. It's dark, especially out, and you swear that you can hear singing coming from just somewhere to the east. You can't see anything, but there's just an unsettling feeling in the air as you hand over your watch to the legend.
I will let him know what I can hear. Ask if he can hear it too.
What? Okay, so describing what you can hear.
Singing. Seems weird they're singing at this time of night.
The
That
legend.
is weird.
Give me best of religion or nature, or not nature, religion or history checks.
Okay. They're the same, so history.
You think you know what it is. There are... Do you tell the story to Kit?
The legend does like to tell stories to the legend's friends.
Kit, the legend says to you, oh yeah, distant cousins. It's a moonless night. That'll be Elistrayans. They're drow like me, but they don't worship Lolth. I mean, not that I do either, but they're in their own new weird cult. But they sometimes come out on moonless nights to to howl or whisper. Other drow come up to try and, kill and murder people on moonless nights also, but the Illustrians like to take the night and fill it with some song. They think it's some kind of protest act or something.
Interesting.
Anyway, none of the songs ever come over the road towards you. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. Anything else anyone wanted to do that night?
I have nothing that's special that my character can really do at these time.
Okay.
I don't have much to do either.
Cool. You wake up the next morning and you are hungry. Spell slot from Tata?
Yep.
Okay, good berries it is. Pavelski has been making himself real food the whole time in the morning. He has not been partaking in the good berries. As you go along, this day's a little bit more dreary. There's some mist and fog coming in from the west. And as you go, you can see the Cloakwood off to your right, which is to say the west, because you're going south. But you're starting to, you can see the edge of it now. Its southern edge, so it's not starting to just be this big thing that's all over to the to one side of you. Nope, not there. There. As you go along the way here, before it gets to noon, you can see what looks like an old woman and a bloody carcass of some kind on the side of the road. As you get closer, it's a donkey or maybe a mule. It's hard to tell, but something ripped the whole thing to bits. And now the woman's just trying to drag bits of it that have been scattered everywhere back into one big pile.
I do like a nature check to see if I can see any type of like qualifying things that I could detect before asking her.
Yes. Also, Tata's not here, but I'm still going to have him make an animal handling roll to keep his donkey calm as they approached the shattered remains of a different donkey. And if he fails this animal handling roll, which is going to be a DC 12.
He's good.
Okay, he's good. There we go. Okay, so Tata doesn't lose his donkey. And the all you can really tell. Okay, hold on. What was your nature roll? Did you give me that nature roll yet? A 20. The first thing that immediately becomes obvious to you, whatever killed this wasn't that donkey was definitely not a normal predator, because it looks like they weren't even like eating the thing as much as just ripping it to bits. I mean, it probably ate some of it, but it's hard to tell with how much blood and gore is scattered all over the grass. It's just like a patch of red grass, just like 20 by 20 feet. The woman's got blood all over her hands and some on her robe, even though she's clearly trying to avoid getting too covered in gore, just trying to drag her donkey back into one pile.
She seemed distraught at all? Does she,
As you get closer, she seems mad as hell. She's swearing to herself under her breath. You can't quite make it out, but she's clearly looking pissed.
I'll just say to her, like, I don't know if I'd be pissed if my donkey was torn to shreds like this. I think I'd be more scared.
Is that what you're saying to her?
Yeah.
She says, "Oh, well, there's no point in being scared anymore. The werewolf that did it's somewhere over that hill over there." It's not here anymore. I woke up and it had just ripped poor Bitsy to shreds. This is just what I fucking need. Looks over and says,
Werewolf.
yeah, she looks at me and says, yeah, and now I have to put my donkey back together. I don't have time. I'm already
I have
late.
to
I want to
put
get
my
back home.
donkey back together? Couldn't she just leave the donkey?
Well, my question is, it was a moonless night. How was there a werewolf? Are you sure you saw a werewolf?
He says, oh yes, and you're correct. No, something was up with the moon. It has been for the last several days. The tides were all off. I'm trying to go in further to go talk about it, but my pack's scattered, soaked in blood. I'm gonna have to catch a rabbit or something to eat tonight. Irritating beyond all reason.
Well, I mean, can't we spare a good berry? I'll say that.
I was gonna say, I could
Yeah, can't we spare a
offer
good berry for
berry.
this lady?
Yeah.
And then, also, which direction you say the werewolf fucked off to?
She says, right over that way. I don't even know why. Werewolves, nearest werewolves are supposed to be in the Wood of Sharp Teeth, miles that way. Anyway, yeah, no, it's right over there. It's just over the next few hills there. There's a trail of blood for a little bit, but that's probably going to wear off. You'll need to sniff it out. I don't think it's that far away. You can almost smell it on the wind.
What do you think, boys? You want to go hunt a
If you want to be
werewolf?
a good Samaritan, I don't need your good berry. But whatever savage, uncultured, palateless people you are, you seem like you could rip apart a werewolf if you're willing to survive solely on good berries. Pavlovsky says, count me out. I eat food like a normal person, and I don't want to go chasing dogs through the wilderness. But I'll wait here for a little bit if you want to do some community service.
What do you think, boys? You want to go hunt a werewolf?
I
Get
ask,
out of it.
why hunt a rabbit? Why not eat what's left of the donkey?
She says, if you caught a dog, your dog, ripping apart roadkill, would you then eat said roadkill?
Well, it wasn't roadkill before that.
Yeah, it was.
All roadkill wasn't roadkill at one point.
That's true. Everything in the world is either roadkill or not roadkill. That's true.
This isn't roadkill because it was alive just recently.
Well, that's right.
All roadkill.
That's roadkill now. Yeah.
And wasn't dead before that. That's how life works.
Roadkill.
True. All roadkill was not dead before it became roadkill.
I call that still good eating. You could fry it up and be fine.
Yeah.
Also, that thing had barely enough meat on it as it is, and I'm not carrying my own pack all the way across this stupid moor.
What are you gonna do then? Your donkey's dead.
I can see that.
I grabbed the lady by the scruff of like her shirt, and I ask her, "Are you lying to us? Can I do an intimidation check?"
Yeah, give me an intimidation check.
Well, that's middling.
Give me just a second.
So for deception, is that detecting deception and also decepting people, or is it both?
Wait, what'd you say?
So if like for deception as a role, is that me decepting someone or as well as detecting deception?
No, insight is how you detect
Okay.
detection. Yeah, no, that. Speaking of, Turok, give me an insight roll. She shrinks and pulls her back. Her bluff and bluster disappears, and she stammers. It's just an old lady. She looks and says, I'm sorry. I'll just I didn't mean to trouble you. Be rude, sir, my lord. I apologize. I'll just be on my way. I'm sorry.
I let her go and ask what's in it for us to kill the werewolf.
Just that there wouldn't be a werewolf anymore, and you seemed excited to do it a moment ago.
I'm convinced. I say let's kill the werewolf.
I would like to kill a werewolf.
I just roll my eyes and say, fine.
All right. Okay, the three of you, Tata's gonna stay with Pavelski. Go over the hill. Give me a survival roll to track this thing.
Can do.
Somebody else give me a survival roll.
Jesus.
Okay. You go over the hill. There is a trail of blood for a little bit that leads away from the donkey, but you go over a hill and then it kind of just disappears. You think you can smell it coming from over another hill. There's some bushes that look like they've been shoved aside up at the top of it. It might have gone that way.
Can I do a nature check to see if I can try and pick up a trail again?
Sure. You get to the top of the next hill and you aren't seeing a goddamn thing. This is kind of just grass, occasionally some bush. There's not really a ton here. There's nothing to track. Whatever it is, the werewolf didn't leave any big tracks. The ground isn't it's not like dry, but it's not damp enough to leave like big footprints.
I don't want to spend forever trying to hunt down this damn werewolf.
Yeah, I
Cool.
turn to the rest of my party and say, I'm lost.
Yeah, I guess we can just turn back then.
Okay. Give me a survival roll to not get lost in the wilderness.
How far did we go?
Not very far, but you have been rolling very badly on this, and I am going to make you roll to not get lost in the wilderness here. Okay. This is so far. This is not. There we go. I was going to say so far. This is exactly how stories begin of people that just wander into the woods and die. Has gone exactly like this.
That's a confirmed crit there too.
That is good. All right, you are able to find your way back over the two hills, and the woman's still just there. She's gotten her whole donkey stacked up at this point, and is just attempting to sew it together with a needle and some thread. Just starting with the legs.
Why the fuck
And-
does she want to do that?
Are you a witch? Or somewhere kind of something like that?
Is that what you ask her?
Ask her if she's a witch, yeah.
She says, "No witches around here."
Then what
Sir?
good is trying to sew up your donkey?
Well, I'm not carrying my pack myself. I'm not strong enough to do that, and I don't want to.
Then you have me confused. Your donkey's dead as shit.
That donkey over there's barely alive, and you're managing to get it to walk around. Anyway, sir, she says she's still clearly kind of afraid of you.
Well, This is the bird, not whatever.
Oh, sorry. Got it. This is the bird talking. Well, my little Kenku, give me a insight check. The woman's hair is kind of matted. She doesn't really seem to smell good. She's got some kind of weird blemishes on her side. This is probably just an old crazy lady.
I guess in the end, you do you do. I don't care.
Yeah, I guess to each their own.
Right? Uh, and then, all right. So you're just heading off, leaving her here,
Yep.
Yep.
all right? You all walk away. And as you're just about over the hill and out of sight, she calls over to you, away from you. She's still there, just sewing up the donkey. She's got it like at this point, most of its legs are kind of in actual like groups and pieces and stuff. She looks over and says, "Oh, and have terrible luck."
Okay.
Go ahead, and you have gained the opposite of inspiration. You've been cursed by a hag for trying to scare one. You know how inspiration works, where you can like pick a roll and like have it be re-rolled in order to get a better result.
Yep.
At an undisclosed time, the hag's curse is going to go off and turn one of your good rolls into a bad roll.
Do I notice this at all?
You get a sinking feeling in your stomach. In this case, it can be removed if you have a remove curse, the spell, but I do not believe you do.
I do not. I guess I
Can I
just
con-
tell my party.
Can I
think
consider
they'll
him
like-
food or water, and I can purify him?
So here's the thing. Eating him without doing that would transfer the curse to you, and if you killed him and then prepared him and then cast Purify Food and Water, it would remove the curse from his meat, and so you would not be affected by it.
I'll just look at him and lick my lips, but not say anything.
I turn around and walk back to the old lady and grab her by the scruff again. And I say, "What did you do to me?"
It takes you a moment to walk back up to her. She does notice that you're walking to her, and she hurriedly begins sewing and sewing much faster, trying to get the legs back on the donkey. As you walk up, give me an Arcana check. It's the strangest thing, but even though this road was mostly straight, in between when you left and now when you're going back to her, the road seems to be going much longer. Now it's windy. It only took you a few minutes to walk away from her, but it's taking you a while to walk back to her. You start running at her, and she keeps looking down, hurriedly sewing up the rest of the donkey. She eventually does manage to slap the head on and just takes her hand and just slams the needle in one side, pulls it out, slams it into the other side, and says, "That'll have to do for now." She slaps it on its flank, and the thing just sort of clumsily comes back together and stands up. There's bits kind of leaking out the side. Some intestines are dragging on the ground. She kind of like picks them up and shoves it back into the side to get the donkey working again. She tosses the pack on it and says, "Let's go!" And then she just starts running away from you. Not on the road, just off the road, over the hill and away. Do you follow her into the wilderness?
Towards the fucking direction of the werewolf?
No, the other direction.
Okay.
There's no way I can catch.
Werewolf's in one direction, she went in the other.
The Cloakwood?
No, she's the werewolf is in the direction of the Cloakwood. She's going in the direction of the Wood of Sharp Teeth.
There's no way I can catch up to her.
The road seems to straighten out now that she's got the donkey back together. You could try and run towards her. It'd be an athletics check. Try and catch up to her, but you would be going off the road.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, give me an athletics check. Hold on just a moment.
I think Tata's dead.
Yeah, Tata might be dead, which I'm not jazzed about, but
Just a little perturbed.
yeah, a little perturbed. Well, she's gonna make her own athletics roll, which, oh god damn it, but she's got the weird fucking manual. Please give me a good one. Sorry, some of the character sheets work, some of them don't. It's a fun little feature of Roll20. Please let this one work. Nope, this one's not gonna work either. Fucking sweet, dude. Love that. That's so dope. Such a big fan of that. Okay, so she's gonna make a roll, which you will beat. She gets just to the top of the hill and over it, and you sort of rounded up her, and you're just you're about 10 feet away from her and her raggedy ass donkey. Suddenly she stands up straight, and then keeps standing up straight, and keeps standing up straight, and her back just keeps going up and up and up, and then she turns around and looks straight at you, and suddenly her hair no longer looks wispy and dirty, but and white. It's sickly green. Her teeth are long and sharp. Her eyes bulge out and go in either direction. Her hands are long and crooked. You can see her gaunt, clawed feet poking out from now. She's easily twice as large as she was a second ago. Give me a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw, or be frightened for a minute.
Shit.
You are frightened for a minute. Did anyone else follow him when he went over the hill and looked at the hag, or is everyone else still back there?
I didn't go with. I just was watching what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm watching from afar. I didn't think that I could catch up.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Give me an initiative roll. Just Turok. Okay, 20.
I mean, can we see this from us being?
She's
all
on.
the
You
way
can
back?
see him, but she's on the other side of the hill. You can't see anything about her.
Okay.
Sorry, I wish I could roll her stuff normally, but the character sheet doesn't work correctly. So the good news is you're gonna go first. So you are frightened. What are you gonna do? You can't move towards her. You can run well, actually, no, you can move towards her. What do you want to do here? Do you want to run away? I don't think you can attack. Let me look up the frighten thing. It's weird. I can never remember exactly how frighten is. It exists in too many different games, and they all have slightly different rules. Status effects. You think I would remember this? Oh wait, shit! I have it on the DM screen, and the DM screen is right here. So I will just do that. Frightened.
Yeah. Wouldn't I just attack with disadvantage?
You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to the source of your fear. So you can't approach her.
I guess I'll just take a full disengage and run back towards the party. Since
You can make a dash if you want. You aren't close enough to prompt attacks of opportunity, so you could just run away.
Yeah, I'll just run away since I'm frightened.
Okay. You do that. Everyone else, you see him running up like he's, I don't know, seen a monster. Pavelski says, I'm going to be honest here. I kind of thought we were never going to see you again there for a second.
What are you running from?
I tell him what I saw and what frightened me, and ask if we should go fight.
Pavelski says, I really wish you wouldn't. Spending some time to hunt the werewolf down was already going to take up some time. I was willing to let you do it just because, you know, it was a nice thing to do. But now we want to chase a hag in the wrong direction. That's a terrible idea. I can't stop you from trying to go, but I don't think we should do that.
What did the other party members say?
I don't think we should do that either.
Yeah, same. I mean, as long as she's not like coming up over the hill at us.
Is she?
She didn't seem to be following you back up the hill. You didn't look at her once you ran over the hill, but can't see her now. You didn't see her coming after you.
I just say, okay, if that's what everyone wants, we'll just move forward.
What are you doing pissing off old ladies, man?
She was hiding something.
What just happened?
Wanted to figure out what. Whatever it was scared the shit out of me.
All right. In that case, everyone keeps walking. Nothing too eventful, relatively speaking anyway, happens for the rest of the day. I moved you down a little bit. Everyone's just eating more good berries. Anything else anyone wants to do? Talk to Pavelski about anything?
My character's getting tired of the good berries. Can I use nature to kind of like try to find anything else to eat around?
Yeah. Well, give me a survival roll, but yeah. You're able to find a bird's nest with some eggs in it. You could
Be a cannibal?
you could make yourself a little. Oh yeah. Okay. For the record, birds absolutely cannibalize each other. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. You find some little quail eggs.
I just shrug and take them.
Right.
And I do have the ability just to create a campfire whenever I want to.
Yep.
So if we need one of those, I can make one of them.
Pavelski sets up his tent before he goes in. He says, "All right, what's the watch order going to be for tonight?"
I'll watch first.
Okay.
I can watch second if. There's only two people need to do it, or we do three, or what?
You could have it just be 2 people.
Yeah, I can take the second one.
When I do my watch, I specifically watch out for the old lady.
All right. Remind me which character. I'm so bad with voices.
Kit is
Turok.
the second one, and
Kit,
Turok.
perfect. Got it. Kit, there's a sliver of moon, as the sun goes down tonight. There's yeah, just the moor is quiet. No one's really doesn't there. You can't see any other creatures or anything out. You're keeping an eye out for strange old ladies with sewed up donkeys, and all that jazz. But you don't see any sign of them. It's particularly flat where you are right now. You made sure to park somewhere where a hag couldn't just pop over a hill. So it's pretty flat in most directions. Spend some time looking up at the moon. It's a cloudy night. It might rain sometime later on in the night, or maybe early tomorrow morning. But it's sort of soothing and cool now. The moon's faintly orange. It's just got a sliver visible, like I said. Give me a perception roll. DC 18.
Is it me or is it Turok doing the first watch?
Oh, sorry. Who? No, Kit said he was doing it. First, did I say Turok? I apologize. Kit's taking the watch, right?
No,
Turok's-
Turok was taking the first watch.
Oh, Turok's taking the first watch? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought Kit was. Okay, never mind. Turok, excuse me.
You said perception?
Yes. It's all quiet. You see the clouds cover up the orange crescent in the sky for a little bit. Then when it comes away, the color shifts as the moon comes back into view, and just the thin sliver of moon you can see is a blood red color. The light coming down through what little light there is coming down through the clouds takes a reddish hue. You can almost see like dancing streaks of paint seeping down into the ground all around you. There's barely any stars out. It's a dark night. Suddenly, the lightning bursts out from one cloud to another without touching the ground. You can hear thunder begin to roll out from multiple directions. At this point, this is when Kit should be taking over the watch. You're both there now, and you can look around you. Give me a perception roll. Both of you.
Hey,
All right.
confirmed crit.
Yep, you've gotten a few of those. All right, so Chris, you see, up in the clouds, you see something move. At first, you think it's another lightning, but obviously isn't right. It's something's dipping. Something's flying, is moving through the clouds above you, dipping around. It's almost directly overhead. You get a sinking feeling in your stomach, and then you look out at the horizon and you see horses moving along the running like kind of parallel away from you and then curving back in from the north direction. They're just a little bit north of you, and then they're heading east and then curving down. You then look south and you see what looks like not quite dogs, with riders on them running in the same direction, but coming back up north. And that's when you realize you're being flanked at the moment. You look towards the sea, which is not quite visible, but you can see that there aren't mountains there. That actually, let me move you. Yeah, let me move. Actually, you're actually a little bit further south than that. There you go. You're a little bit further south than that. To your right there. That's where you are. There's figures on foot rushing towards you. Um, you're pretty certain they're other orcs. Um, those two. It looks like they have two different groups, and then one in the middle. You're being surrounded on all sides.
I yell to all my other party members, "Look alive! Time to fight!"
Pavelski comes out of his tent. I assume. What's the legend doing here?
The legend was already up and ready.
Okay.
I was just the legend was in her tent, just meditating.
The Pavelski looks around and his face pales. He says, "Oh shit. Is it? How many of them are there?" He's asking Turok because that's who yelled.
I
What does
tell
Turok
him what
say? He says, "And there's something above us? Fuck." He says, "All right. Okay. We are fucked. We are fucked."
I was gonna say we aren't that
He
far
says,
from the
"Hold on."
town. Perhaps we should try to flee.
He says, "Well, the problem is they're faster than us. In the air, they're mounted, we're not, and they're closing on us. We only have a minute here before we get to us. Less than that, really. Fuck. All right, hold on." He pulls his pack out of his tent and reaches into it and says, "All right." He pulls out 3 boxes that all look like the box that actually no, hold on. There's 4 of you. So he pulls out 5 boxes that are all identical. He says, "All right, one of these has the real scroll in it. That we have to make sure it gets to Candlekeep. I'm going to take this one," he says, holding one in his hand, and he says, "All right, here's the other 4. Take them all. Here's the thing. I'm worried, again, that they're going to scry whoever has the real one, so I'm not going to tell you who has the real one at the moment. But just know, if you open up the boxes and compare the scrolls, if you hold up, like if you actually take up the scroll and hold it up to the light, all the fake ones are transparent. Light will shine through them. The real one is thick enough that you can't actually see any light through it, either from the sun or from a candle or anything. If you don't have the real one, then you need to make sure you can get it before you get and don't just if one of you doesn't have it, find the other one. Hopefully whichever one of us does have the real one isn't who dies to whatever's attacking us right now."
What is it?
He says, "Well, it's clearly someone's riding around on something that's not quite... Someone's riding around on something. It's a wizard. It's probably whoever stole the scroll in the first place. Or rather, the original tome of the scroll that we copied. This is what we were... I didn't think they'd find us. But whatever we do, we have to survive." And that's where we'll call it for the night. You now know what your milestone is to get to level 3. Anyone who's still alive when the sun comes up the next morning, you're going to be level 3. We'll do that with Tata, obviously. So this is a bit of a shorter session, but that's probably for the best because we were missing a person.
But that person is dead. Tata is dead.
Have you been trying to call him or what?
No, but he's dead. I can't call a dead person.
Oh, you actually can call them. They generally don't answer, but their phones still work.
No, they're dead. Tata is dead. That's just how the story unfolds.
Yep. Well, hopefully he'll be alive again next week.
Yeah.
Next week, are we doing other characters, right?
No, so other characters, we only do backup squad when you gain a level. So mostly we'll be with the main squad. We'll only touch in with the backup squad whenever we hit levels. Or if I want to do some storytelling stuff with them for some reason, I might have some extra backup squad sessions if it's appropriate. But that's not going to be next week. Next week we get to not die, or possibly die. We'll see how that goes.
Yay.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Getting
I want
uninteresting if we
one
keep playing.
once that fucking once that lady was sewing up her donkey, I was pretty sure we were up against a hag. I was like, yeah, people don't just sew fucking sacks of flesh back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy read. I was a little disappointed that you guys absolutely failed to track a werewolf. That was
Well, I mean, we didn't know where he went. We couldn't figure anything out. Like,
yeah, the rolls weren't very generous there, and you didn't seem to like. None of you like were coming up with spells or unique strategies or turning yourself into birds or doing anything that could like solve it. So I guess we could just kind of let that werewolf get away scot-free.
I mean,
If
I
you
am a
hadn't
bird,
pissed
but
off the hag was willing to turn one of you into like a dog or something to give you a nose to track it, but then you pissed off the hag and the hag didn't want to help you.
I didn't do anything to the hag.
You didn't.
Yeah, that was all me.
Hey, hey friends in the stream, I'm gonna end the stream.